Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 8 and 9th. I welcome you in my lecture number 11 of unit number 3. Dear students, as you know, I'm teaching grammar exercise and grammar exercise of verbs. In my last lecture, I taught you that what is a verb and what are auxiliary verbs. Now here I'll show you the kinds of auxiliary verbs. Dear students, on this page you can see that I have written auxiliary verbs and it has further two kinds: primary auxiliary and modal auxiliary. Primary auxiliary and modal auxiliary, these two kinds are of auxiliary verbs. Like auxiliary verbs are of two types: primary auxiliary and modal auxiliary. Primary auxiliary is divided further into three words. Primary auxiliaries are these three words: be, have, and do. Be, this is primary auxiliary. Have, this is primary auxiliary, and do, this is also primary auxiliary. These three are called primary auxiliaries. Now, further detail of these three auxiliaries. Be. Be, it is a kind of verb, auxiliary verb, and it has further these words, and they are called the members of be family: is, am, are, was, were, been, being. All of these are called auxiliary verbs and they belong to be family. Have, this also has these three members: has, had, having. These three are called the family members of have. Do, does, did, done, doing. These four members are of this family, do. So these three are primary auxiliaries, and these three auxiliaries further have these members. Okay, so all of them are called primary auxiliaries. Now second is modal auxiliary verbs. What are modal auxiliary verbs, dear students? They're also not new, but actually you don't know the names. Modal auxiliary verbs: will, would, shall, should, may, might, can, could, must, ought, need. All of these are such words which come across like they come in our way when we teach, when we learn something, when we write something. We use these words, but we don't know their names, and they are called modal auxiliary verbs. They are called primary auxiliary verbs and they are called modal auxiliary verbs, and these are used for different reasons. Now see the reasons. Modal auxiliary verbs, to which your exercise belong on page number 31 and 32. Modal auxiliaries are used to show permission, possibility, ability, necessity, certainty, obligation, etc. Now you see the example. For example, we will come for the show. Here, we will come for the show. Will is modal auxiliary verb, and this sentence shows certainty, that something is certain. Okay, so this is called modal auxiliary verb, and here this will is used to show certainty. We might come for this show. In this sentence, might is modal auxiliary verb and it is showing possibility. When you read the sentence, you have the sense of possibility. We might come for the show. This is possible that we may come. So might is used here to show possibility. We must listen to him. We must listen to him. Here this must is modal auxiliary verb, and this sentence is showing the necessity of doing something, and that is, for this necessity, modal auxiliary must is used. We ought to love our brother and sisters. This is moral obligation, that this is moral obligation which is very compulsory. So ought to is used to show or to indicate obligation. Similarly here, we must pray 5 times a day. Must, modal auxiliary verb, and when you read this sentence, it indicates an obligation. This is obligation. This is the giving the sense of obligation. We must pray 5 times a day. So this is modal auxiliary verb. You may go. This is permission, but this is formal way of permission. You may go. May is a modal auxiliary verb, and this may is indicating permission. And permission, which permission? Formal permission. You can go. This is also like this. And permission, it is also indicating permission, but that is less formal way. This is formal way of permission, and this is less formal way of permission. May is used for formal permission, and can is used for less formal or informal permission. He could ask me. This is again permission, but that permission is in past, like permission in the past. Can and could, this is present form, this is past form. So he could ask me, this is permission, but permission in past. Similarly, next is I can write in English. This is can, showing ability. Ability is shown with this modal auxiliary verb. So this is modal auxiliary verb. In my these all sentences I have highlighted for you modal auxiliary verbs: will, might, must, ought to, must, may, can, could, and on next page can. And they show certainty, possibility, necessity, obligation, permission, and next is ability. So they are called modal auxiliary verb. And now you are having your exercise of page number 31. Now see the exercise. What do this exercise mean? Your first sentence is they are able to speak English well. Now you will find the correct modal auxiliary verb according to this statement. They can speak English well. They may speak English well. They must speak English well. And the statement is they are able to speak. Ability, it is showing ability. Like in this sentence we are having the sense of ability. So ability is indicated with this modal auxiliary verb, that is can. They can speak English well. They are able to speak English well. Modal auxiliary, they can speak English well. So this one is correct option. Okay. Second is there is a possibility of rain tomorrow. Now let's see which sentence is showing the possibility. It may rain tomorrow. It must rain tomorrow. It will rain tomorrow. Then may, M-A-Y, may shows possibility. So in this sentence option number 1 is correct. Third is do I have to clean the kitchen? Do I have to clean the kitchen? Can I clean the kitchen? Must I clean the kitchen? Should I clean the kitchen? Now, do I have to clean the kitchen? This is showing obligation, and obligation is indicated with this modal auxiliary verb, that is must. Must I clean the kitchen? So the second option is correct. Next is, are you able to drive a tractor? Can you drive a tractor? Must you drive a tractor? Should you drive a tractor? Are you able? Again showing ability. So ability is shown with can. So number 1 option is correct. Can you drive a tractor? Similarly, page number 32 and 5th sentence here. We are not allowed to swim when a red flag is flying. We must not swim when red flag is flying. We need not swim when red flag is flying. We should not swim when red flag is flying. We are not allowed. Permission. Permission is indicated with this. We must not swim when red flag is flying. So according to, like allowed, this is allow is used for permission. So here must is indicating the sense of permission. So according to that definition, your option 1 is correct in this. We must not swim when the red flag is flying. Okay, dear students, inshallah in my next video I'll teach you what is regular verb and what is irregular verb, and what is transitive and what is intransitive. After these 4 kinds, after teaching these 4 kinds comprehensively, like regular, irregular, transitive, intransitive, then inshallah we will proceed towards these exercises. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.